Our lives revolve around exaggeration. Lives are run by these spoiled stations, who don't thrive on us but instead on pain. The news affects us in every way. From the littlest detail to election day, they live off of hoodlum and crime, and enjoy reporting raves and grime. But alas, we don't care, we're just normal kids. We just listen and act with no thought. The news affects us with no fault, and they get no blame, just by default. Still, some argue that this is not the way, that decisions are obviously made by your friend Jose, peer pressure gnawing away. But that, in fact, is not the case, for we are made by more than just mates. The news forces change and difference, for all their actions lead to an inference. The site All Sides explains its belligerence. Media organizations currently operate on a business that seeks to cultivate difference, increasing change in society today. Basically, the news will keep their way, influencing all of us, keeping us in array. Next, Stanford explains in the article titled, "Media's Use of Propaganda to Persuade People's Attitudes, Beliefs, and Behaviors." Yes, they will be our saviors. Explaining that, from the case studies on how the media uses propaganda, we can understand that the media does more than just present facts and information. The media has the ability to exploit persuasive tactics to the consumer and keep them interested for longer. The spreading of ideas, information, or rumors for the purpose of helping or injuring an institution, a cause, or a person. Essentially, Stanford explains with certain that we are controlled by immersion, for their talk shows are just a diversion, and they will hide propaganda within meaningless memoranda. Propaganda is the use of information, pretending to help the population, inadvertently, information of a biased or misleading nature, helping the creator. The book Animal Farm utilizes this creation as to use a grand explanation about a quote-unquote liberation, but instead, they display a horrible depiction of manipulation.
"Fools! Fools!" shouted Benjamin, prancing around them and stamping the earth with his small hoofs. "Fools, do you not see what is written on the side of that van?" That gave the animals pause, and there was a hush. Muriel began to spell out the words, but Benjamin pushed her aside, and in the midst of a deadly silence he read, "Alfred Simmons, horse slaughterer and glue boiler, Willingdon, dealer in hides and bone meal, kennels supplied." Do you not understand what that means? They are taking Boxer to the knackers.
Basically, Benjamin revealed the problem with our nation. A fundamental flaw, a problem undone. The news a disgrace, a horrid embrace. The problem of this monarchy and its mistakes. People trying to hide a problem, much like the great Stalin. The horse is really gonna die, be forgotten. Instead, others tried to deny. Yes, they were being sly. To complete our thought, Merrill Barris explains in his eloquent plea about how getting rid of news media will set us free in his article, Looking Through the Screen, where he explains how breaking our routine will be the catalyst that will make us clean. People feel as if they aren't loved if they don't have enough followers, or if their picture only gets 10 likes. You see your friends doing all the things you weren't invited to. You see all the things you could be doing, yet you're sitting on a couch, scrolling through your phone for the 15th time in an hour. Simply stated, Merrill shows our weakness. Media forces us indecisive rather than decisive, spending hours on news media, when it'd be a better use of our judgment to read an encyclopedia. Still, some believe that family is more. They will not listen anymore, but listen just this once. If you can't, you, my friend, are a dunce, as family is controlled by the media. Yes, they are. When you go into the car, turn up the radio, hear host Renoir while he's smoking a cigar. Yes, that too is news media. So, instead of burying your head in the sand, you gotta understand. Take command of your life. Stop the civil strife. Pay attention to the news, for if you can construe, you will not be so easily fooled. Instead, they will be overruled.
Extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.